Welcome to Mars.
All right, welcome back to Mars Radio. I'm here with my next guest. My next guest is a artist, activist, all-around great Mexican. He's just good peoples, and he goes by the name of Aztlan Native.
Aztlan Native.
Welcome to the program, sir.
Thank you for having me. My pleasure.
And first off, let's just go with the name. Where does that come from, or how did you get named that?
Yeah, Aztlan. That's my ancestral homeland. I'm actually Chicano, which is Mexicano, Mexican. But I choose to identify myself as Chicano, instead of just Mexican American.
Okay, cool. And we'll get into the whole breakdown of all that. But where are you from?
I'm from Hayward, Khalifa Aztlan.
So most people will call it Hayward, California?
Yes.
Okay, Bay Area.
The Bay.
And
the East Bay.
That's where you were born and raised?
Born and raised.
Okay, cool. Yeah. And when you were coming up there, did you come up with both parents or just one parent?
My parents separated at 7, so.
So did you stay with your mom or your dad?
Kind of back and forth, mainly with my grandparents, because Mom's was doing her thing, and then Pops moved to Texas. So I was with my grandparents, my dad's parents. Feel me? Okay. Growing up, and in Hayward, in the Stack.
So when you grew up in Hayward, you grew up with both parents for the first 7 years? And then when you were around 6 or 7 is when your parents split up. Dad went to Texas, mom stayed there, but you decided to stay, or they decided for you to stay with your grandparents.
That part.
Okay, perfect. And growing up in Hayward, what do you remember about Hayward?
Hayward, the struggle, of course. Youngsters just getting into, making money any way we can to try to bring something back to the house.
Okay.
And gangs.
So you remember poverty? You remember poverty, needing money. Did your grandparents struggle to provide?
No, I didn't like going home. You know what I'm saying? So I was always out trying to do something else and go take money to moms. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, got it.
Because cool. Yeah, I didn't need nothing at Gramps.
And what kind of city would you describe Hayward as to somebody that's never been?
Shit, the Stack. I mean, anybody who know the Stack it's lit. They taken a lot of us to jail and knocked a lot of us down, but we still there. We standing strong, and we the heart of the Bay.
You're the heart of the Bay?
Absolutely.
So would you say Hayward is pretty centralized right there in the Bay Area? You get a little bit of different areas all mixed together right there in Hayward?
That's for sure. Diversity.
Right. All right. And what is the reason for your face being covered up?
Well, because I do cop watch, real revolutionary out here, advocating for the people. I mean, if you see my video, it's transparency on mine, but now it's just what we do. I'm trying to push the revolutionary movement, you feel me?
So really, because you're pushing a movement that you don't think certain people would want to hear, it's a form of protecting yourself. That way, kind of take the focus off of you and more on the message.
Right. I mean, more so, I do cop watch and the police. This is how I do cop watch, you feel me? And a lot of times they tell me take off my mask, you know what I mean? But this my right, you feel me?
Right.
It's my human right, you feel me? So
a couple years ago, it was mandated.
Right. All of a sudden, they're like, excuse me, could you take your mask off, see who I'm talking with? Could I have your name? Like, no, you don't need none of that. You know what I'm saying? Their intention is not well.
Right.
Never.
All right, so let's just jump right into it. What you do is you do something called cop watch, and go ahead and explain that to the people that have no idea what that is.
Right. All my life, they've oppressed me. You know what I'm saying? They came after me.
And who's they?
The police, the pigs, the law enforcement.
So you don't
profile
like cops.
me.
So you don't like cops?
Well, I mean, it's not that I don't like cops. They just are the opposition. Growing up, this is being what it is. You know what I'm saying? They've trying to find us doing something. They want to make up stories and get us implicated in crimes that we weren't even part of. Trying to give us gang enhancements as minors. You know what I'm saying? Like to put us in the system so they can ruin our lives.
So you feel all cops are corrupt? Or is it the system more so?
It's more so the system. Yeah. So, I mean, there are no good police departments.
Have you ever came across a good cop, though?
He may seem like he means well, you know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, I can't call him a good cop because his department is corrupt. You know what I'm saying?
So you've never came across a cop where they acted right, treated you with respect?
Many times, but they do that because they on camera. You know what I'm saying? Like, because if they were really a good cop, they would be that one to make that change within their department and be the first department to be like, look, we got this, you know what I'm saying, going on. We haven't killed one person or any lethal force.
Yeah. Most likely somebody like that wouldn't be invited to the blue side, though. You know what I mean?
Right.
Blue as in blue badge, blue as in cop, not on no gang shit. But most of the time, they're not going to let somebody like that into their fraternity anyway. That's going to whistleblow, right?
Right. Absolutely.
That's why cops don't ever tell on themselves. They stick together. You know what I think is crazy? Cops actually has the name Ops inside of it.
Right.
Everybody was writing on the Ops, but they're never writing on the cops. Not that I'm advocating for that, but
yeah. No, that's real.
That's a little weird. So Cop Watch is designed to go out and film cops at work, or what is the point of that?
Anytime you see a police, grab your phone, grab whatever camera, and record, because 10 times out of 10 they're doing something wrong. And these ain't stats I made up. This is the facts. You know what I'm saying? Like, there are no good cops. Like, until we see some, you know what I'm saying? Like, they might have had good intentions when they went into the academy or whatever it took for them to get that position, which I heard doesn't require much. You know what I'm saying? It's, I think, a GED. I mean, so, you know, these officers are not trained for a lot of the shit that they do. They got all these 911 calls coming in, mental health crises, and they don't know how to address them. They don't know how to fucking, you know, de-escalate.
Yeah, I think you could become a cop in like 6 months.
Yeah.
But it takes like 2 years to be a barber.
Right. See? All that. Like,
ain't that crazy?
All that. So
you feel whenever you see a cop working or in any element whatsoever, it's a good thing to just pull out your phone, pull out your camera, and document it.
Well, yes.
Do you ever come across kind of like, I don't know, a better way to explain it would be, but in layman's terms, just getting yourself into some shit you didn't need to get yourself into?
I've been arrested a few times, you know, doing this.
And
absolutely.
You still feel it's worth it?
You know, I feel it's worth it just because it's for the cause. You know what I'm saying? It's for, matter of fact, I collect name and badge numbers. You know what I'm saying? So as much as they put us in the system, any chance they get, and they just stop us for anything they want, just to get our names, you know what I'm saying? Put us in the system, boom. That's money. Just to run our name is money for them. So it's like,
So let me get this straight. You've created your own system?
I mean, not even. It's
like
just
the name and badge numbers. You got a little list,
right.
Of all these.
You know, I'm spiritual. You know what I'm saying? I feel like it's a war out here, physical and spiritual. Mm-hmm. We just gotta, you know, try to mobilize and organize and come together as a people. Because,
so is Cop Watch just one person, or is it a unit of?
Oh yeah, I'm not the only one doing this. This is, I mean, we learn from each other. People, you know, First Amendment auditors and journalists, independent journalists.
Yeah, I see a lot of YouTubers that do that. They'll try and like walk in the post office filming, or walk into a county building filming, and then anticipate somebody approaching them, and they'll document it and be like, "Oh, my right, this is public." You can record them. I feel like those are, I mean, because I love those videos, but I feel like you're kind of just doing that just to get the attention, just to get the trying to aggravate somebody to get a reaction, rather than, as opposed to what you do, like you see somebody pulled over, okay, you're documenting it because you never know. But I feel like that's not the same as the videos online where they're walking into the post office filming just for somebody to approach them. Do you agree, or do you feel like all that shit is the same?
Well, I think a matter of transparency, you know, from public servants, from people who have power, people who are in authority, people that, you know, have any kind of hands on the money that we're supposed to be getting as a people, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. And I believe that they do tend to hide a lot, and that's why they don't want to be on camera. They don't want to be like, feel me, you know, giving their names, like, because they feel like they are doing something wrong. I mean, that's my opinion, you know what I'm saying? And, you know, so the same thing like with, you know, churches that may, you know, got all this money, big houses, and...
So you don't believe in God?
I believe in God, absolutely.
okay.
And I'm just saying, like there are
You just don't
faulty
believe in
priests.
church.
There are faulty pastors
Oh,
and
okay.
priests, and
Yeah, there's a bad apple in every bunch.
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
There's
for
bad
sure.
doctors, there's bad teachers, there's
Absolutely.
there's bad everything.
definitely bad cops. But
Well, you say all of them are bad, right?
right, 10 times out of 10 they're doing something wrong.
Right.
I mean, and I'm seeing this firsthand as I, pull out the phone. Well, it started off me just, recording the police, like,
What made
and I
you
seen
want-
the reaction that they gave, and was like,
What
they
made
trying
you-
to flee.
What made you want to start doing Cop Watch?
Oh man, the struggle, the oppression all my life. Like I said, they've been
All the injustices?
all the injustices all my life. They've done this, all the murders that they've committed, to the people. I mean,
What would
3 or 4 times a day, one of us is getting killed in this country. You feel me? So
What would be the biggest injustice directly by the police department? What would be the biggest injustice that you're aware of by a police department?
man, sweeping the murder underneath the rug, like
Which murder?
paying off families just to get it swept under the rug, and allowing the officer to get paid time leave, and the family not have a private investigation. All those things matter. The endorsement that they give the city managers and mayors just to keep hush. You feel me? All that.
So they're pretty much protecting each other.
For sure.
Right.
Yeah, it's that blue line that
So
they.
you think the police officers or the police department is in direct correlation with politics?
Oh, for sure.
It's part of it.
For sure, they endorse.
They fund themselves.
Absolutely, absolutely, and the city manager might not want to jeopardize that $1 million that she knows, or I think it's anywhere from 300,000 to $1 million. I've seen
Right.
at city council meetings that people addressing this, and no change is being made. You know what I'm saying? Like, so.
That's why you take it upon yourself to
do
document at least, speak up at least.
Absolutely.
And then what would be your ultimate goal for change?
For change, I mean freedom, self-determination for the people. I'm a part of Poor Magazine in Oakland, Califas Aztlan, and we it's a radio station. It's volunteers that go out and do things for the world, for the homeless and youngsters and indigenous. You know what I'm saying? The disabled, the voiceless.
So Cop Watch ain't going nowhere.
I'm not going nowhere.
You're only getting started.
They're gonna have to kill me. You know what I'm saying? That's why we got to speak up. And voice what's going on out here. Grab your phone, record the police, every interaction, and that'll scare them away. 9 times out of 10, they're gonna back off. You might catch one that's
Might save your life.
a tyrant. Yeah, it definitely might save your life. So
Might save your life. If nothing else, that's a good reason to do something right there.
Right.
Not dying.
right.
All right, so let's get into. Okay, earlier you said that you're. You didn't say Latino. You said
Chicano.
Chicano. Okay. Do me a favor and break down Chicano, Hispanic, Latino, Mexican. You know what I mean? Because
Okay.
a lot of people get those all mixed up, and a lot of people that aren't don't know when they're being offensive which one they're calling us.
For sure. Okay, yeah. Chicano is just, brown, Mexican American, not even just brown in color. I'm just saying like brown as far as, the old school brown pride. You feel me? But I mean, Chicano is a mixture of indigenous from this land, which Aztec, Mayan, and Inca, the old school natives from this land.
Right.
There's many tribes, but in particularly these, mixed with Spanish. You know what I'm saying? We have Spanish blood.
Chicano would be Americans that are
Mexican American.
Mexican Americans. Okay.
With a different name for our identification.
The mixture, pretty much.
Right.
Yeah. And what about Hispanics?
So Hispanics, Northern Hispanics is what they refer to us as. But I would just, I'm recognizing my indigenous roots when I say Aztlan, because that's my ancestral homeland.
Right. That's like what team you're from.
The Mexica tribe.
Right.
Nahuatl language, on Mateo. You know, our native roots is important to reach back to those. And I also, again, I have a lot of Spanish blood as well. You know, the conquistadores came 500 plus years ago in 1492. Right. And they, ever since then, they never left. You know, Spanish, when they nearly conquered the world.
That's when your homeboy came over, huh? 1492?
1492 they came, you know, and again, we got to remember that there was oppressors like Christopher Columbus who had a
That's your man's, Christopher Columbus. That's your man.
Man, I'd have put a bow and arrow through his ass.
You would have sat and had wine with him and drank with him.
Smoked
one up.
He had a 9-year-old wife, indigenous, you know what I'm saying? And we weren't okay with that. He wrote home about
You're saying Christopher Columbus was a pedophile?
Absolutely, these are facts.
Dang, he's probably one of the first, huh?
Yeah, that's absolutely true.
All right, and then we got Latinos. What's that? Break that down.
Latinos just, you know, South Central America, Spanish-speaking, mixed with, you know, native possibly. I mean, one's from here and not Spain, Europe, excuse me. But Latino is, yeah. But again, we all have Spanish blood because they nearly conquered the world at one point.
Right.
But, you know, it's important to tap in with your indigenous roots because we was here first anyways.
Yeah, for sure we were here first. You know what's crazy is like people try and say this, act like this wasn't Mexico back in the day, but you look at all the city names.
Right, so then like, Chicano also really comes, it was born after the Mexican-American War. Chicanos was born after the Mexican-American War in 1846. It was born then, so 1848 when America, USA, they took over northern Mexico, which is now the southern, western states of United States, you know what I'm saying? And southwest USA, which is the states of California, Colorado, Arizona, New Mexico, Utah, Nevada, and I said Texas already?
No,
Texas
too, yeah.
Texaslan.
Look at you making shit up on the fly.
Man, but real talk, so then 1848, when they annexed these states, that's when the Chicano nation was born. Because we feel like the lost land of our ancestors, which was Aztlan, is the southwest USA that was taken by the Spanish and a mixture of United States soldiers, France, and other European countries that wanted Mexico back. You know, they had lost, you know, Mexico gained their independence, if I'm not mistaken, in 1820, about 20-something years before the Mexican-American War. Mexico lost these states.
Right.
So, I mean, Mexico had beat Spain and got them out of there, you know what I'm saying, for a cool minute, like, and it was about 20 years, they allied up with France. This is facts. It's her story, the truth. History was a lie, you feel me?
Right.
So, the truth is, 1848, you know, those states were taken, and that's what USA is today. It was northern Mexico, and Mexico had got their independence from Spain, but Spain allied up with other, like, again,
the cheaters.
Right, and then they stole the land, you know what I'm saying? But there was a treaty that was signed. There was only a 2-year war. The treaty that was signed, you know, has been hidden and altered even, but it promised Mexican Americans, which are Chicanos, land rights, you know what I'm saying, to the land. And Mexico and the United States are supposed to be neighboring, friendly countries after that war. But, you know, it's been nothing but division, you know what I'm saying, border walls. And
that's because all the Mexicans from Mexico keep coming over here and stealing the jobs that they don't want.
Yep. That's what they're saying, you know what I'm saying? But really, it's just money. You know what I'm saying? It's all about money, exploitation.
That's what it is. Yeah. All right, let's get into the music. So
all power to the people.
You're also an artist. Tell us about the music that you make. Do you put any of this message in your music?
That's what it's all about. You know what I'm saying? Any platform that we have, if you're a people's person, you know what I'm saying, and you know what's going on, it's important to address the public, you feel me, with what's going on, you know what I'm saying, and it's about the message, you know, to the youngsters and to those that don't know.
So what's your music style?
So I got a Mac Dre / Tupac, you feel me, / old school soul, feel me, type of style.
Tell us about your latest music video.
So I've been in and out the system so much, you feel me, that I ain't been able to really take music, you know what I'm saying, rapping serious, you feel me, but I'm just giving it a shot, and this is what it is. It's about the message, and I got a music video about Sonia Massey killing in Chicago, you know. She was murdered by the pigs, you know, and if you haven't seen the video, I recommend you look that thing up, you know what I'm saying, on YouTube. Sonia Massey murdered by the Chicago sheriff. He shot her in the face, you know what I'm saying, and yeah, this is what we're dealing with right now. And all she did was say, "I rebuke you in the name of Jesus," and that pig was so possessed by a demon, I feel, you know what I'm saying, and that's why he reacted the way he did, shooting her in the face, you know what I'm saying, for no reason, saying that she was trying to throw some boiling water at him, and it's clear in the video that that's not what happened. It was, you know, assassination, and that's what that video really was intended to be for, was a message of that incident.
That's what's up. That's what's up. And tell people how they can follow your page or reach you, or if they want to follow up anymore and check out your videos and stuff.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be more lit. Just check it out on YouTube, Cop Watch Aztlan. You know what I'm saying, on YouTube, that's Cop Watch with a K. And you feel me, you'll see me really in the field. I mean, I try to do, you know, a lot of moving, because you know, the pig's technology nowadays is so advanced, it's hard to wiggle around certain shit, you know what I'm saying? But it's important though to, you know, to not be in one place for too long, you know what I'm saying, and keep moving, mobilizing the people.
That's what's up. Well, there you have it. It's Mars Radio. It's Aztlan Native, and we out.
All power to the people.
Welcome to Mars.